Uh, Let me know once my screen is visible so that I can start. So just a second. Okay, is my screen visible, everyone? Quickly, is my screen visible? Yes or no? Okay, so let's start, guys. Let's start. So we are going to have a lot of fun today. But before having fun today, actually, not yesterday, in the last class, I had given you some homework, right? I remember it clearly. So, how many of you have done that homework quickly? Anyone did that homework? Anyone? I just want to understand if you guys have done uh, homework. Mhm. I did a part of task. Would we say yes, tried to? Mm, uh, Guys, I would suggest, please, uh, try to do homework, because if I have given you for a reason, right? Now, I'm not going to give you a pep talk that why you should do that, why you should not do that, something like that, right? You guys are, matured enough to understand, right? That why I have given you homework, right? By any means, right? Those questions are not, now, you cannot say that those questions are at very low level or something, that even if I don't do, it's okay. No, it's not so. It's very, very important. So in this class, I will start with, maybe I will start with one homework, whatever I have given you. I don't know what should be done. So I will start with something, and then slowly move ahead. So let's see. So I'll just open the notebook. I don't know which homework I had given you. This is untitled. Let me see. So AD carbon emission, credit card, AD. Okay. Mhm. Okay, I think I don't see it here. Maybe last modified. 6 days ago, first notebook. Okay, anyway, I don't see it here. Maybe I might have removed that. But anyway, you guys have to do the homework. So, OOPS Advance Part 2. Part 2. Right. So, let's start. So, I will start with some revision, and then we will move ahead slowly. Right. So today it is going to be a longer class. So everyone has to bear with me. And this is actually very important class. So uh, there will be, uh, things which will get tougher. But believe me, if you study with all attention, then this is going to be fun. This will be actually fun. No doubt should be there. So I will just start. Uh, so what I can do, I can have the chat opened in my another system. So let's say, mm, just a second, guys. So mhm, okay. Okay, now I have the chat so I can see. Uh, so I can see both the chats. So let's start, guys. So what we have seen till now. So till now, right? Till now, or what we have seen till now, or you can just remember what is the revision point. So let's say revision. What we have studied till now. So let's discuss this first, and then we will start slowly, right? If I'm not wrong, till now we have understood the importance of oops, right? Importance of oops. So we tried understanding why oops is so important. This is the first thing. Then I slowly moved ahead, explaining you what is class, right? What is object, right? Right. How class and objects are stored, what is the understanding of it, right? How to access them, how to access the object, class methods, what are the variables, what are the attributes. We have seen all of those things till now, right? Also, I gave you some important, you know, questions or mini projects type of thing. I haven't given you the solution, but obviously I will discuss one. I had given you guys the opportunity to do one, but you were not able to do, many of you. So today I am going to discuss one, right? So that is obviously I am going to discuss one today. This was the understanding, right? Right. I had also given you guys some interview questions so far, interview questions. So if I have to again remember what are the important interview questions till now, then obviously, someone will ask you what is a constructor, right? What is the importance of oops? What is self in oops? What is a class? What is an object? How do you reference an object of a class? So these are the important things that will always be asked in the interview. Right. Already I had given you in the last class. Right. Now for this class, we are again going to look at what would be the important questions for interview. So that I'm going to again discuss it. But this was understanding so far. Right. Now, agenda of today's lecture. To be very honest, I'm going to put a lot of agenda because today's class is actually very, very important. Very, very important. Right. First, I will start with completion of one mini project. One mini project completion. I don't know what I will be taking. You guys will help me out. What should I start with? So today I'm going to complete one mini project, right? Then I am going to start with encapsulation, encapsulation, right? Then I am going to start with, right? Then I am going to start with after encapsulation. Then I am going to start with multiple classes, how to work on multiple classes. So in that we have two concepts that we are going to study, and in that too the most important one is inheritance. So today we are going to start with inheritance also. Then we are also going to start with abstraction, right? Abstraction. So we are going to see all of these concepts. Obviously, uh, you guys already know that I will keep this target a bigger one, but at the end of the day, I will just extend it. You guys know it, but yeah, keeping a target, bigger target is very good, so that you guys should be knowing that what are the things left in OPS, what are the things that we have to study, so that we can keep our bar of studying increasing time to time. So we will keep increasing our bar. So let's start understanding things today. So everyone is on the same page, yes or no? Everyone excited quickly? Yes or no, guys? Everyone is on the same page. Agrees to this? Is there anyone who doesn't agrees to this? Okay, very good, very good. So let's start, guys. So let's start. So first thing, it is on your decision. It will be your decision, guys, that what you want me to start. Right? There were five, six. options, that 5 6 homework that I had given you. So what you guys want? You want me to, uh, solve which type of problem, right? In other word, what you want me to solve? There was a flight uh, system, uh, homework. I do remember that, right? There were other homeworks as well, right? uh, for example, food delivery homework, right? Like, something was also there, like, no, Ola or Uber, something like that. Yes or no, guys, everyone, right? Yes or no? Yes. Fitness, ATM, library. Okay, ATM was also there. So what do you think, guys? What should be, you know started today? Whatever you say, guys, whatever you say, complete completely, based on your, you know request or order, whatever you can say. Someone is saying food delivery, Sajil is saying ATM, Santanu is saying ATM. Other people, should I start with ATM? Everyone, should I start with ATM quickly? Everyone agrees to this? Ayush says food delivery, it is okay with ATM, right? Student TRP, ATM, right? Right. Food delivery, guys. Now there will be a fight between ATM and food delivery. So I will start with ATM. Okay. Anyway, be it food delivery and be it anything, I have already coded everything. So food delivery has been also coded as a part of assignment. I have coded as a part of mini project. So that, anyway, that also I will giving you the code. So no need to worry about that. Okay. So should we start with ATM quickly, everyone? Should we start with ATM? Right. Now you must be thinking, why ATM? There is a reason. Food delivery and ATM. ATM was obviously clearly winning. First thing. Second thing, ATM is very, very intuitive. Everyone has used it. Right. Everyone knows about the ATM. Okay. But don't worry about that. I will, if time permits, I will give you the live code, the, food delivery as well. But before that, let's start. So discussion on ATM. So discussion on ATM. Discussion on ATM. Discussion on ATM. Right. Right. So we will start with first discussion, because this is very, very important. If you guys remember, I have already discussed that we have to first make a execution plan. How can we execute, or how can we make this ATM? I don't remember the name. I had given you some other phrase. Instead of execution, I had given you something else. Do anyone remembers that word? I don't know. I don't know if anyone remembers that word or not. So we are going to have one execution plan, that how are we going to execute? Yes, ATM, right? Now, class diagram is the technical thing, the term. Mhm. Anyway, let's say execution plan. Execution plan. First thing, whenever you go to a ATM, what do you see, guys? What do you see whenever you go to a ATM? Quickly, everyone has to answer this. No one has to be, just the mute spectator. Whenever you go to a ATM, see the ATM, right? What do you see first? Right? Everyone, you guys have to answer this, right? Right? Santanu says, punch the card, insert your card. Very good. Adeline says, ATM machine. Very good. So whenever you go inside a ATM corner, then you will see a ATM machine. But if you punch the card, right, you will see a menu, if I am not wrong. In this menu, you will see a variety of options. Let's say create a new pin, right? Change your existing pin, change your existing pin, existing pin, right? Right? Maybe check your balance, check your balance, right? Withdraw money. At least these three, four you see. Yes or no, everyone? Yes or no? Right? Right? You see this? Now, based on whatever understanding you have, Piyush is saying fast cash and all, you can make it. It doesn't matter. But these are the basic four things that you see, right? Yes or no? Check your balance. Rajkumar is balance inquiry, right? At least these four things you see. Everyone agrees to this, right? Very good. Very good. Now answer me a very simple question. And you guys can answer this. Answer me a very simple question. All of these are attribute of a ATM or a method of a ATM? Let me see how many of you can answer. All of these are attributes of a ATM or method of a ATM. Methods of the ATM. Be very careful whenever answering it. This type of question can be asked in the interview. They will ask you, design a system. While designing a system, you have to break the problem statement. So I had told you, and many of the time, many of the tutor, many of the coaches, you might have heard saying this, always break the problem statement. What is the meaning of break the problem statement? Is it that you will hit your head on the wall? That means break your problem statement, because using your head you want to solve the problem statement, and when you will hit the wall your head will be broken, and then you can say I have broken the problem statement. Is it so? do you do you understand this by breaking the problem statement? The idea is no, this is not the understanding of break the problem statement. Break the problem statement means this: discussion on ATM. So let's say you wanted to make a ATM system, right? This ATM system, right? ATM system, let's say, right, was a big thing. Now you have started dividing the things. Right? Now, this will be your methods. It should be very, very clear. This should be methods. Now, how to identify this should be a method or not? Can anyone answer me? How to identify? I had given you a trick in the last class as well. How to identify if this is a method or not? How? Quickly. Everyone has to answer this. How? Right. Right. You can answer this, guys, quickly if you just think it a little bit. Right. 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 Just think it. Right. Right. Think it, guys, everyone. Right. Right. See, very easy. Right. What are methods? Methods are function. Right. What are methods? Methods are function. Now, how ATM function? This is the way ATM function: creating a new pin, change your existing pin, check your balance, withdraw money. A function of a ATM is a method. Clear? Very good, Atanaska. What they are used for? Understood? Yes or no? Everyone has understood? Quickly, yes or no? Right? Very good. Very good. So if I have to make a class diagram, can I say, let's say if I want to make a class diagram, can I say this is a class ATM? So I'll just write ATM, right? In this ATM, this will be the method. And in this method, let's say I'm making one, two, three, four, five is exit. So can I put here one, two, three, four, five exit? All of these methods will be there. So I can simply write these methods will be public. So plus, 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 plus. I'm not writing it. Let's say I'll write it new pin. Not necessary, but I am writing it. Change your existing pin. Check balance, right? Withdraw money, and finally exit. Sorry for bad handwriting. It is not important to make this class diagram because already we have this understanding. Clear, everyone? Yes or no? Clear, everyone? Right, 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 right. Yes. Let me see who are available in today's class. Pius, Vedic, Wali, Afreen. Afreen, you are not active. Adeline, very good. Adeline, where is Ada? I'm not seeing Ada. Atanaska is there. The Survi, Kinsuk, very good, very good. Enough of people. Naglata is there. Naglata, where is Jyoti? I guess she didn't join. She is back to UK. Still, she is not joined. Okay. Adeline says she is working. Ada makes sure she understands everything. ask her to let me know if she doesn't understand anything. Okay, just a request from my side to you. Okay, so let's start. This is the first thing: new pin, change, check balance, withdraw, exit. This is the few things. Now, guys, I have another thing to ask. Among these 4, 5 methods, what do you think? What are the attributes? Answer. Along these 4, 5 methods, what are the attributes? You have to answer me. Along these 4, 5 methods, what are the attributes? Quickly. Among these 4, 5 methods, what are the attributes? Very good, Survi. Very good, Santanu. Right, right. Vedic says first, these are the methods. These are the methods. This cannot be attribute. But by seeing this, what could be the attributes? What is attribute? Attribute is the data. What could be the data that can be done or that actually can do all of these 5 methods? What do you think, guys? What do you think? Can I say only two things? P and second, balance. If you think it carefully, pin and balance are only two things that is needed here. Nothing else. Withdraw amount that can actually reduce the balance. Deposit, it will increase. Something like that. Yes or no? There is no any deposit method I am here doing, but let's say this is the thing. So pin and balance. Right. Now here I can just write plus plus. Always remember one thing. Always remember one thing. We are writing plus because it is a public, right? And minus is private. What is public and private? As of now, don't worry about that. In encapsulation, this encapsulation chapter, we are going to see that what is public, what is private. So we have this enough of understanding. So should I move ahead now to the solution, everyone? Should I move ahead to the with the solution? Where is my Jupyter notebook? Yes, excited everyone? So what is the first thing that I am going to do? So OPS Advanced Part 2, ATM Mini Project. ATM Mini Project. So the first thing, what should I do, guys? Everyone has to answer me. First, should we define class ATM? Basic thing, can I do this? Yes or no? Right? Very good. After that, whenever you define a class, if you remember, I had mentioned you one compulsory thing. What was that compulsory thing? Everyone has to answer. What was that compulsory thing? Ayush is saying constructor. Everyone, remember I had told you constructor. So we had a 1 hour discussion on constructor in the last class. In it, yes or no? There was a huge discussion on this constructor. So let's say here self, and every method inside a class takes self. So I have it in here self, and then I can simply write self dot user pin. So let's say self dot user pin is equals to empty string, then self dot account balance. So let's say account balance. These are the two data that I have. So if you guys remember, this is what we had discussed, pain and balance. Clear everyone? So this is something I have defined. These are the two attributes of mine. Clear everyone? Clear yes or no? Everyone, is it clear? Clear? Everyone? Everyone has written the same code. Everyone has to write the code parallelly. Everyone, no excuse, right? If someone doesn't write the code, I will make sure Thanos comes and just destroy your happy world. Sorry, just kidding. Don't worry. So, but the point is, everyone has to do it. Okay? Otherwise, Manjulika will kill you. Okay, Manjulika joke doesn't work here because many of you don't know Manjulika. Okay, let me ask. Atanaska, do you know who is Manjulika? Adeline, do you know who is Manjulika? Okay. Both of them don't know, or they are not responding. Okay, so I will just show you who is Monjolika. Monjolika, she is Monjolika, right? She is a very famous character in Indian movie in the, Indian Bollywood. Okay, Bollywood movie. So in Indian movie industry, and she is my so-called girlfriend. She is a ghost, Indian ghost. Okay, someone is saying Khadarwasa. Khadarwasa was also my favorite student. I remember Khadarwasa. Okay, so she is like one of the element when I teach in my Hindi language, or you can say Indian language, then I take a lot of reference from her. I love her. I love her a lot. Right? Okay. Yes, yes. She is my girlfriend. Just I keep, not seriously, but I just, for a joke point of view, she is my girlfriend. So whenever I say Monjolika, just understand she is my girlfriend. I am just talking about that. She is not scaring. Okay, she is not scaring. Adeline is saying, okay, okay, fine, fine. Okay, moving ahead. So let's say these are the things that we have already seen. Now, next, we have to start working on method. So what is the first method that you should look at? So maybe the first method can be a menu. How to decide what should be done, right? Or what is the user input you want, right? So let's say first thing I'm going to define def display menu. Display menu. So display menu. Right. So display menu again set. Display menu set. Very simple. So this we are going to have another method for menu. I'll write the comment as well. Everyone has to practice. Right. Right. Everyone has to practice this. So this is to display options to the users. See, this is to display options to the user. So display menu. Now, see it carefully, right? I am going to write one thing while true. Can anyone answer me what is this while true? You can write anyway, it doesn't matter. But I am going to write this while true. I will say you why. So, while true, right? First of all, answer me. Do you guys understand what is the meaning of while true? Right? So, this is for continuous interaction. Continuous interaction. That's why I am writing here while true. It means it will not exit unless you say to exit. Right? Right. 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 This condition always works until the condition is true. Very good. So this will actually always work. You can simply understand this. Now what I'm going to do, while this is true, it means always it will work. I will write it here. How do you comment after the code line? This is hash. How can you do? See, see your keyboard, shift plus 3 on the keyboard. You will get this hash. Shift and 3. You will get this code, hash. Okay? So now, right. Now, after that, I will have input. So how can I have the input? Right. I can have input something like that. Let's say here. Welcome to the ATM. Now, guys, you can just type fastly now. Welcome to the ATM because there is no any code. Here you can write whatever you want. Please choose the option. Please, please choose the option. Otherwise, otherwise, Monjolika will kill you. Monjolika will kill you, right? Then what are the options? One, create a new pin. Create a new pin. Option two, change your existing pin. Everyone, if you even if you don't write, just write like this. Change your existing PIN. 3. Check your account balance. Check your account balance. Account balance. Balance. And then 4. Balance. So balance. Then 4. Withdraw money. Withdraw money. Withdraw money. And finally 5. Exit. Exit. So, guys, if you remember, these are the 5 things that we had discussed? Yes or no? Everyone, we had discussed this same thing here, right? Right? Yes or no, everyone? And this is what I have written here. Very simple. And this will be your user choice. So I have got the user choice. Very simple. There should not be any if and buts. Now here I am going to write some logic. How I am going to write the logic? See it carefully. If, see it carefully. If user choice, user choice is equals to 1. So if user choice is 1, what you have to do, guys? Now you have to answer me. If user choice is 1, then what you have to do? If user choice is 1, what you have to do? Now you should start thinking. Very good, Survi. Create new pin. And what is create new pin? What is create new pin? Everyone? My tiger, tigress, lion, lioness? You have to answer it. Method. Method. If user choice is equals to 1, then what we have to do? You have to call a new method, that is create a new pin. It means here you will make a method, you will make a method called create new pin. As of now, I am just making a skeleton. Let's say create a new pin self, and I will just write pass. So now if user choice is equals to 1, you will call this method create new pin. See it carefully. So you will call this method. Yes or no? Everyone? So far so good? Right? Right? So far so good, everyone? Right? Right? So you will create a new pin. Now, very good. So whenever you call a method, yesterday also, not yesterday, in the last class also I had discussed, you call any method of a class using self dot create new pin. Something like this. Yes or no? Everyone agrees to this? If you are accessing any method inside a class, any attribute inside the class, you have to access using self. Everyone agrees to this? Everyone agrees to this? Yes or no? Right. Right. Everyone has to answer this. If you guys have any confusion, just ask me. Right. We have already discussed in the last class. But anyway, now moving ahead, this was user choice is equals to 1, then create new pin. Now, again, what could be the user choice now? This time, elif. You know the use of conditional elif. Now, this time, user choice. This time, I have user choice is equals to 2. Let's say if user choice is 2, then what you have to make? What method you have to make, guys? Everyone, change your existing pin. Can I write update pin? I will make a method called update pin. Very simple. So here I will just write def update pin. Update pin. Yes or no? Can I do so? Everyone, can I do so? Pass. Yes or no? Very simple. Now, moving ahead, this was user choice 2. Now I will just keep copying this. So, let's say I will just copy this here. 3. I will just copy this again for 4. And finally, I will write else. Right? Right. Or let's say I will just put here with 5 also. And then finally, I will just write else. So I can just do this as well. Now, here what I am going to do. Here I will just write choice is 3, choice is 4. Right. See, guys, I'm not doing anything new. I'm just copying, pasting it so that I can be more faster. Right. So here, update pin. What is the third? Account balance. Then I can just write here view balance. So the next method would be view balance. So here I will now make another method called view balance. So I can just write it here, something like this, view balance, view balance. Very simple. So now we have view balance, right? View balance. Now we have, what is the fourth option? Withdraw money. So I will just call another method withdraw money, money. And then I will again put it withdraw money here with the name. So let's say def withdraw money, then again self, and then again pass. Then last we have exit. Right. So if user choice is equals to 5, actually I don't want to make it a method, then maybe what I can do, I can just print thank you, something like this. Thank you for using ATM. Thank you for using ATM. Goodbye. Goodbye. Very simple. Goodbye. And after that, what you will do? You will break this loop. So break. Very simple. And else, if someone gives another input, then you can also print here, print invalid option. Invalid option. Option. My girlfriend, Monjolika will kill you. Will kill you. That's it. That's it. So far, so good, guys. Everyone has written the code so far. First of all, do you find anything difficult here? Because this is the blueprint. That's it. Now the things are going to be very easy. If you have reached till here, then things are going to be very, very easy. So far, so good, everyone. Yes or no? Everyone has to answer this. So far, so good. Quickly, everyone. Quickly, everyone. Yes or no? So far, so good. Anyone has any doubt? Everyone has typed the code till here. Quickly. Everyone has typed the code till here. Do you want me to copy paste for you guys? Okay, I will copy paste it here so that everyone is doing it parallelly. If someone has missed doing it, they can also see it. So I am just copying pasting it again. Right, I have copied pasted it, but it will be in not in the same order, I guess. But still, I have sent it. Right, right, right. So is it clear, everyone? Right. Tajil is saying I have written wrong spelling of self, so I'll just write here self. Right, right, right. Atanaska says it is difficult for me to listen, understand, and type. Atanaska, one thing you can do, right? Break the screen in two parts, right? Right. Break the screen in two parts. In one part, you type the code, and one part you see the screen. Then it is going to be very easy. Right, right, right. But anyway, this is the understanding so far. So let's execute this also. So let's say here I have ATM. So what I will do, I will make an object, and let's say this object, maybe let's say is your first ATM machine, or let's say A is equals to this ATM. I have made a object here. Now A dot, what is the options? You have all the options, but first you have to get to the display menu. So execute. See here, so beautiful. Welcome to the ATM. Please choose the option, otherwise Monjulika will kill you. Create a new pin. Very good. Change your existing pin. Maybe I will put another option, 10. See what happens? Invalid option. My GF Monjolika will kill you. Very good. This option is not that good. Maybe one. Create a new pin. Very good. It went inside the create new pin method. Since there is no any logic, it is saying pass. Right. Whatever you want to do now. Let's say you want to put 5. So let's see what happens. So I will just put it here 5. So let's say 5 here. So I'll put it 5 here. Thank you for using ATM. Goodbye. So beautiful. Isn't it beautiful, guys, everyone? Yes or no? Right. So this skeleton is ready now. Now depends what type of logic you want to write. Should we start now, everyone? Should we start writing the logic? Right? Should we start writing the logic? Yes or no, quickly? Right? Right? So let's say here I will just write again while true. While true. While true. Right? While true. Or even if you don't give while true, it doesn't matter. But let's say while true, I'm writing it here. I want to run it automatically. So let's say here this is right new pin. I will try to make a new pin. So whenever you want to create, you want someone to create a new pin, then what you will do? New pin input. So let's say input, and then you will write, please enter 4-digit pin. Please enter 4-digit pin. Very simple. Pin is generally a 4-digit pin. Everyone, I don't know outside India how it works, but generally, let's say pin is a 4-digit pin, right? Then now see it carefully. You are done. Actually, you are done till here. But since I am coding here in industry, I will not code like this. This is the new pin, but actually this is not the correct pin. Whenever someone has provided you some input, then you should also do some checks. How? Let's say new pin if new pin is digit is digit digit is a function which says that this is a number, and let's say and length of new pin is 4. Length of new pin is equals to 4. If this is true, then I will say self dot user pin is equals to pin new pin new pin new pin. And then finally, if it is done, then break, or else I will just write print provide the valid pin. Invalid pin. Invalid pin. Are you a thief? Are you a thief? That's it. Are you going to do a heist? Whatever message you want to put, please provide provide correct pin or 4-digit pin. 4-digit pin. Right. 4-digit pin. Again, I will repeat it so that everyone understands this. So we knew that these are the methods that we want. After that, create new pin. So I am saying while true, new pin is equals to input. Please enter 4-digit pin. If this is a digit, and if this length of new pin is 4, then I am saying user pin is equals to new pin. So whatever new pin you have provided has actually became a user pin that is stored in a variable called user pin. Very simple. Let's try to execute this. So let's say create a new pin. See here, create a new pin. Please enter 4-digit pin, but I will enter only 1 digit. See what happens. Invalid pin. Are you a thief? Please provide 4-digit pin. Let's say I provide 1, 2, 3, 4. See what happens? Right. Welcome to the ATM. Please choose the option, otherwise Monjolika will kill you. So your option of pin has been accepted. Your pin has been now created. This is the understanding. So I will just exit it here. I will exit it as of now because I have to show you the implementation. But is it clear, everyone? Yes or no? How you have created the pin? Quickly, yes or no? Everyone. So far, so good. Yes or no? But do you think, guys, this is a correct logic? This is actually not completely correct. For example, if you created a new pin, you should have some amount of money also. Yes or no? There should be some proper message as well. Everyone agrees to this or not? Right? So why not? I will do one more thing. Very basic, but very, very important. So here I will just say, if this runs successfully, right, I am going to do self dot account balance. Account balance. Here, I will say, please provide me some initial account balance. Right. Enter the initial account balance. Initial. Obviously, this will be from your bank. But let's say I am just putting it for a feel that I will be having some initial account balance as well whenever I created a new pin. And this should be an integer. Now see, this is going to be more fun now. Now At the last, I will just write print, pin, pin created successfully, pin created successfully, and account balance updated. Very simple, and account balance updated. Now let's execute this. Fine. So we have create new pin. Please enter 4-digit pin 1234. Done. See, enter the initial account balance. I have, let's say, 1000 rupees in initially in my account, and see here, pin created successfully and account balance updated. Now this looks like a good way to create a new pin. Is it clear, everyone? Yes or no? Everyone. Do you think now it looks good? Yes or no? Yes or no, guys, quickly. Right. Very good. Very good. Very good. So now moving ahead. Everyone has followed till here. Everyone has written the code till here. Just I want to understand. Yes or no, everyone, quickly. Everyone has written the code till here, right? Everyone has followed till here. I am very, very slow. Last 1 hour, I have written only two methods, but very, very important. Once you understand one way, then other things will be very, very easy. I promise you guys. Other things will be very easy. So this is your create new pin. So now let's start working on update new pin. So guys, what do you think, guys? Whenever you want to update your pin, what should be the first thing that ATM should ask quickly? Right? Right? Very good, Survi. Enter old pin. That is the most important thing. So first of all, you will take the input. Take the input. The input will be something like this. Enter your current pin. Current pin. Enter your current pin. Right. So now here you will see entered old pin. I will just name it whatever you want to name. This is your entered old pin. Now see, this is going to be interesting. Where are you storing the old pin, everyone? Where are you storing the old pin? I mean to say, whenever you created a new pin, where you have stored. Very good, Survi. So, for the first time, when you created a new pin, you have stored in a variable self.user pin. Everyone agrees to this, right? You have stored this in the variable user pin, which can be accessed by self.user pin here in this method. So now I can just write a very simple logic. If entered old pin is equals to, if entered old pin is equals to self.user pin. If this is true, right? If this condition is satisfied, then you will enter inside this, and I will just again write while true, then ask the new pin. So you will ask the new pin input, please enter 4-digit number. Enter 4-digit, 4-digit new pin, or 4-digit numeric pin. Enter new 4-digit or 4-digit new numeric pin. Let's say I'll just write like this. Whatever you want to write the message, you can put it. But let's say you have written like, now again, you will copy this logic here. If this is true, because this condition again needs to be checked, so I can just write the logic here again. I will copy paste here. So if new pin is digit and length of new pin is 4, then in this case, self dot user pin is equals to new pin, and I will just write print, print pin updated successfully. Pin updated successfully. Successfully done. And then finally, when you have updated the pin, you can just break else. If the pin is not correct or the pin is not right, then what you can do? Invalid pin. So you can just write print invalid pin. Invalid pin. Invalid pin. Please enter a valid pin. Please enter a valid pin. right? Otherwise, whatever you have entered, something like this, outside this else, for outside condition, here you can write if you have entered wrong pin, right? Sorry, guys. So if you have entered a wrong pin, right, here in this case, then you can just write here else. Here you can simply write print invalid pin. You are a thief. Invalid pin. You are thief. You are thief. How can you change if you don't know the pin? Simple. How can you change? How can you change? Very simple. Understand. Now let's execute this. Now this time let's execute this again. So let's create a new pin. I will create a new pin. So let's I gave the pin 1 2 3 4. See, this is the pin. Now enter the account balance. Let's say 1000. I have entered. Now again change your existing pin. So let's say 2. I will change my existing pin. So enter your current pin. So let's say maybe I will write 4567. What will happen if I enter my current pin? What will happen, guys? Quickly, if I enter 4567, what will happen? Everyone, it should throw me a message stating invalid pin, you are thief. How can you change? Because my previous pin was 1234. Again, I will click on here, change your existing pin. So let's say here, I will just write, right? So here I will just write change your existing pin. This time I will provide the correct pin 1234. Now let's see here. Enter your correct pin. So I have got 1234. Enter 4-digit new numeric pin. So now I can put 4567. And here you see pin updated successfully. So now my new pin has been updated successfully. Is it clear, everyone? Everyone, just see it carefully. If you have any problem in understanding anything, let me know. I will help you out. Logic is simple. It is just that I am putting my thought process, I am putting the logic in terms of code, right? To be very honest, I could have skipped this. But when will you develop the thought process of writing the code, writing your logic in terms of code? Right? This is way you develop it. Is it clear, everyone? Yes or no? Quickly. So far, so good. Anyone has any problem in understanding this? Yes or no? Quickly, guys. Right, right. Sajil says, can you show first half of the code? See it, Sajil. I can put in the chat as well if you guys want. I don't have any problem. Just make sure now you understand everything because that is very, very important. Right? That is very, very important. Right? Clear? Should I start asking personally everyone? Piyush, Vedic, Wali, Ayush, Safrin, Adeline. So far, so good. Santanu, Adanaska. Santanu actually had sent me one ATM code. So I had told you, Santanu, we will discuss in the class. So, Santanu, is your solution better or mine? I'm not comparing. Obviously, your solution might be very good. I haven't seen everything, but maybe I will see your solution at the last again. So, are you enjoying this? Very good. Very good. Very. So let's start. Let's see the third method. Just a second, guys. Something in my eyes. Okay. Teaching is a very tough job. So let's start with the third method. Right. Right. Adeline says, sir, my concern is about indentation. See, very good. Try to understand. Whenever you write a method or something like that, so let's say you have written this, you don't need to worry about indentation. First, it will come with the practice. Second, just you need to follow Python. Indentation will always be correct. For example, def view balance. Just enter, hit enter. See, it will already be indented. Are you understanding this, Adeline? You don't need to actually worry about indentation. See, you have written something. If you have not given colon, then that's a problem. But the moment you have done colon, something like that, Python understands this, and whenever you hit enter, it will give you the correct indentation. You will never get stuck. This is my promise. Just follow the syntax. Python will take care of everything. Now, guys, if you want to view the balance, what should ATM first ask? Everyone, what should first ATM ask? Can I say the first ATM that should ask is your PIN? Everyone, right? Enter your PIN to know the balance, to know the balance, to know the balance, to know the balance. Very good. Yes or no, everyone? Right? Right. Wally says, is there any option to correct indentation? See, I follow this method. I can give you some other method, but to be very honest, that's not should be the correct approach. So if you just Google it out one thing, just write Python online Python indentation. Just search it. If you search it, what you can do, so online Python formatter, you will get a lot of online Python formatter. Put your code here, right? Put your code with incorrect indentation, maybe something like this, and it will give you a indented code. So let's say I have put like this, something like that, and you will just figure it is in a correct format. It also update the indentation first. It also make it more beautiful. So you will find a lot of online things like that, but you don't need to worry about that. Okay, I mean format the code. Yes. So we have one more thing. So let's say black formatter in Python. So this is something in industry many people use. So I use this with my Python VS Code I use in my uh, jobs laptop. Right. So this black formatter, you can download this. This is one black formatter. One more thing is tough formatter. Tough formatter. You see? Yes. Sorry, rough formatter. It is a rough format, not tough. Rough formatter. This is also you can get it. How to get it? Okay, anyway, I'll just show you guys. I might be having VS Code. Okay, this is my new laptop. That's why I don't have any VS Code here. But yes, there can be rough formatter. So I'll just write it here so that if anyone wants that formatting, formatting. So these are extension rough and black. So these are extension you can put it in the VS Code. But anyway, so let's move ahead. So view balance, please enter your PIN to know the balance. Now this is your entered PIN. I can just write it here. Entered PIN. Entered PIN. Now again, same condition. If entered PIN, entered PIN, entered PIN is equals to self.user pin. So you already know where this has been stored. So user pin. Now guys, you have to answer me. How to know the balance? Everyone, how to know the balance? You guys have to answer this. Print incorrect pin. Quickly. Very good. Self dot account balance. Very good, Praveen. Very good, Tushar, Vedic. Very good. So here I can simply write print, and here maybe let's say your account balance is very simple. Your account balance is, so let's say some rupee symbol or dollar symbol, whatever you want to put. So self dot account balance. Done. Done. Now you want to see this. So let's say again. Okay. Where is the problem? Unexpected indentation. Have I missed with the indentation, guys? Oh my god. I have commented the class itself. Sorry. So here, control this. Then again, just remove this. Sorry. So now, just execute this. Very good. Create a new pin. I will create a new pin. 1234. Very good. Initial account balance. So let's say 2000. So now I want to know my balance. So check your account balance. 3. Enter your pin to know the balance. Let's say 1234. Now you see your account balance is 2000. Very easy. Now, if you want to exit, 5. Exit. Thank you for using ATM. Goodbye. Now, last method which will complete this. See how easy it now looks like. Entered pin is equals to, right, input, 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 input. So here I can just write, please, please enter your pin, enter your pin for withdrawal. Let's say enter your pin for withdrawal, withdrawal. Very good. Withdrawal, withdrawal, withdrawal. Very good. Withdrawal. And now I will just close it. Again, same thing. If entered pin is self.user pin, if this is condition is true, right? If this condition is true, then what you can do? What is the withdraw amount you want? So let's say again you will put input, right? Enter your enter the amount you want to withdraw. Enter the amount you want to withdraw. Very simple. Enter the amount you want to withdraw. And this will be your, let's say, integer, right? So you want to withdraw this money. So you can simply say withdrawal money. So this is your withdrawal money. So you want to withdraw this withdrawal. Now, what will happen, guys? You can never put your withdrawal money more than the account balance. So what you can do, if withdrawal money is less than equals to, if it is less than equals to account balance, self dot account balance, then only you can withdraw. Otherwise you cannot withdraw. So in this case, what will happen? Self dot account balance minus equals to, sorry, minus equals to withdrawal amount, withdrawal amount, withdrawal amount. Right. This is the understanding. Withdraw money, I have written. So just a second. Withdrawal. Which will withdrawal money. So withdrawal money. So now whatever money you have withdrawal, you will reduce that in account balance. And then you can print a message. Let's say print something like this. Transaction successful. Have a vodka party. Vodka party. Very simple. Have a vodka party. And then also you can just write for next time, don't spend much. So remaining balance. Now what would be the remaining balance? Very easy. You already have actually reduced the balance, self dot account balance. Done. Simple. And if this condition is not satisfied, if the withdrawal money is more than the account balance, then what you have to do? Else, right? Print insufficient fund, insufficient fund, insufficient fund, insufficient, insufficient fund. Approach to, approach to, approach to bank for loan. Don't come here. Don't come here. Simple. And finally, last, again, same thing. If the pin is wrong, you can just print invalid pin, you are thief. How can you withdraw the money? Invalid pin, you are done. This is your complete ATM system. I am not saying this is the best one, but you have actually made a basic ATM system. So now if I will execute this, let's say create a new pin. I will create 1234. Now enter the account balance. Let's say $10,000. So maybe $10,000. Now I want to withdraw the money. 4. Withdraw the money. Please enter your PIN for withdrawal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now enter the amount you want to withdraw. From 10,000, I want to withdraw 2,000. Okay. Withdraw money is not defined. Okay, guys, this is a typo. It should be withdrawal money. So now execute. So create a new pin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Now this is your initial money. Then withdraw money. Enter your new pin for withdrawal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now enter the amount you want to withdraw. Maybe 200. See here. Transaction successful. Have a vodka party. Remaining balance is 9800 USD. Is it clear, everyone? This is how you work. Now you want to check the balance. 3. Check the account balance. So 1, 2, 3, 4. See here, your account balance is 9800. So beautiful application you have made in no time. Just understand the power of oops. If I can alone make this powerful application in just, maybe 1 hour, imagine hundreds of developers working on the same thing, how beautiful they can make everything, right? I will finally copy paste this code in your chat, right? I will i will copy paste this code in the chat. But yeah, did you guys enjoyed this, everyone? Yes or no? Quickly, yes or no, guys? Yes or no? Right, right. Everyone understood? Where is Rajkumar? Right, 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 right. Yes, साजिल chat में indentation नहीं हो रहा है. So Sajil, I'm saying Rajkumar, did you enjoyed this? Understood this? Rajkumar was very worried if I will be getting enough project or not. Right, right. Other 4, 5 homework that I have given you guys. Even if you now want to attempt, please go ahead and attempt. You will actually enjoy that. Right. Should I show you one more library system, ERP system? Should I show you, or you guys, you want to do it on your own? Right. Sushant says, sir, this type of project can be shown in our resume, or we have to show more advanced project. To be very honest, Tushar, here you are doing a Python project. The project that you want to show on your resume would be based on data science ML concept. Now the question is why I am now showing you or giving you this type of projects as of now, because to make your Python strong, first thing. Second, I had promised you that every subsection of this program will be always industry oriented, and many of the time students are made fooled saying that, oh, oops is not important for data science people. But in fact, every data science pipeline is based on oops. And this again you will see at a later stage when we will start learning the complete ML project pipeline. So you don't need to worry about that. Right. Right. Is it clear, Tushar? Is it clear? And to be honest, for if you want to show this project as a Python project, this is a very good project if you want to show it as a Python project. Now, what are the things that you can do here to make it better? First, you can use try exception handling, right? Exception handling. You can use logging that we are going to look at a later stage. So you don't need to worry about that. Exceptional handling, logging. You can have one GUI, right? Some sort of user interface. It will look more beautiful. I will teach you everything. You don't need to worry about that. But this is the understanding. First of all, did you guys got right, right? Some confidence, yes or no? Did you guys got some confidence now in Python? Right, right, right. Did you guys got it some confidence? Right, 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 right. I don't know this. This is giving you only partial code. Please try to type it. Anyway, this notebook will be available just after the lecture, so you don't need to worry about that. So, guys, everyone got some confidence, or is it that you guys haven't got any confidence till now? Right? Right. Should I move ahead now? Yes or no? Right. So we have understood a practical implementation. Should I take a 5 minutes of break, guys, everyone? And then we will start with encapsulation. I will just have some water and then come back. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Should we start, everyone? Yes or no? Quickly, guys. Yeah. Should we start quickly? Very good. Very good. So let's start, guys. So let's start. Again, we are going to have more fun. So now we are starting with encapsulation. So we are going to start with encapsulation. So we will first start with encapsulation, try to understand everything about encapsulation, and slowly move ahead with other concepts. Right? Right. So should we start, everyone? Quickly. Right. Right. Yes or no? Everyone, no one is responding. I'm audible, guys. I'm audible or not? Right. Okay. So very good. So let's start. Let's start. Let's try to understand uh, everything in detail. So we will start with right, right, encapsulation. So to understand encapsulation, we will start slowly understanding different things, and then we will move to encapsulation. So first thing, we have understood how a class is created. I am assuming, right? So first ATM mini project here, and then after that I can just write here. The next thing, the next big thing that we are going to understand is encapsulation. Encapsulation. This is the next big thing we are going to study. Very good, very good, not a problem. We are going to understand this in detail. So, what is encapsulation? We are going to understand. So, for going to go to the concept of encapsulation, first of all, if I say a word encapsulation, so let's say if I say a word encapsulation, what is the understanding of this? Can you know answer me? What is the meaning of encapsulation? Very simple, right? Rajkumar says wrap the data, not bad. Other people, right? Right? Other people, what is the meaning of encapsulation? Right? 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 Grouping of common, no, Praveen. That's not the correct definition. What is the encapsulation? Covering up. Very good. So never forget. See, encapsulation, polymorphism, all of this concept sometimes creates a lot of confusion. So try to break this. So I'll just break for you. So for example, let's say we have encapsulation. So let's say we have encapsulation. 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 So what is the meaning of this encapsulation? Right. Just break it. In plus capsulation. In plus capsulation. Again, break this. What do you get? Can I say you get capsule? Capsule is a keyword behind encapsulation. Everyone agrees to this. Everyone has to agree with this because there is no any option. Everyone agrees to this, right? Everyone agrees to this, right? Right. Everyone agrees to this, right? Right. Capsule. Now, what is capsule? Everyone, what is capsule? So if I write it here, something capsule, right? If I write here capsule, so what is this capsule? Just search capsule. I'm not doing anything. So let's say here image. So this is a capsule, right? Everyone agrees to this that this is a capsule. Quickly, can I say this is a capsule? Now, what is there inside the capsule? Do you really care? Do you really care what is there inside the capsule? What are the ingredients inside the capsule? Do you really care? The answer is no. You don't care, man. Just you go buy the capsule and eat. Yes or no? Everyone agrees to this? So here, analogy, analogy, analogy. Similar to capsule, similar to capsule. See how easy things can be. People make it very hard, right? Similar to capsule, right? 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 We don't care what is inside the class. What is inside the class? This is your encapsulation. Right? 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 Or in other words, whenever you want to hide something, that is called as encapsulation. That is called as encapsulation. So here I can write similar to capsule. We don't care what is inside in the class as far as class gives you the expected output, right? Encapsulation means hiding something, means means hiding means hiding something. Encapsulation means hiding something. In other words, same thing can be written as in other words, right? Bundling of data and methods. Bundling of data. Data means attributes and methods. Attributes and methods. Very simple. This is also called as access modifier. Also called as access modifier. Access modifier. Also called as access. Ayush, don't get confused and not make other people confused. Hiding the implementation details from external world is called as abstraction. That's a different concept. Okay? So here, also called as access modifier, right? Is it clear, everyone? First of all, everyone so far so good, right? This is theory. First of all, this is a theory, right? Now, how to understand this? So I'll just give you an example. A simple class I will make. So I'll make a simple class, very simple class. So let's say I have a class called student, class student. I can, let's say we have already built class ATM, right? Class ATM. So def init, and I will just put it here self. Now here self dot pin or self dot, let's say balance. I'm not putting any pin here, just a basic class. Self dot balance is balance, something like that. Or let's say I will just put it here. Maybe self dot balance is equals to 1000. See it carefully. See it carefully. Right. Now I will make an object of ATM. So let's say I made an object of ATM. So this is the ATM where someone is going. So let's say maybe Tushar is going to this ATM. So this is an object for Tushar. Very good. Tushar has went to ATM. Now, as soon as Tushar went to the ATM, so maybe he has deposited 1000 or already 1000 is there in his account. So very good, not a problem. So Tushar equals to this ATM, and now if you hit Tushar, so if you want to access the balance, How will you get the balance, guys? Everyone, just dot and hit tab. Already we know that. So Tushar dot balance, then you will just see that okay, Tushar has a balance of 1000. Clear? Yes or no, everyone? This try to understand in terms of a story. Very good story. Very easy. So Tushar went to the ATM. Already Tushar has 1000 in the account. So got Tushar balance. That is one. Now try to understand. This is something, some code has been written by maybe let's say a senior developer. Some senior developer has written this code. Maybe there is an intern. Santanu, can I take your name? Yes or no, Santanu? Otherwise, Santanu will get offended. How can you say me an intern? So let's say Santanu is an intern. Very good. Santanu thinks that I am very smart. Very good, Santanu. I am a senior developer. I developed this code. But somehow, right, Santanu thinks that yeah, Ajay don't deserve to be a developer. Ajay is a very bad coder. Ajay is a very city coder. Let's make him fired. Now what Santanu will do? First of all, he will access this balance. So let's say Tushar.balance. And let's say while playing with the code, or let's say knowingly, he wrote something like this 2000. Very good, not a problem. Now, what will happen, guys? What will happen? Can I say now that Tushar dot balance will be only 1000? What will it give you? What will be its result? Right? If you execute this, it will become 2000. Now see it carefully. Do you think is this a logically correct thing? Is this a logically correct thing? Try to understand. I can give you one more example. Not a problem. But is it a logically correct thing? The answer is no. Right? It's not the correct thing. Right? How the hell someone, right, whose balance was 1000 is now changed to 2000? How? Because Santanu, a clever intern, knew that okay, Tushar dot balance is equals to 2000. I know that this is the balance. I will make sure that my senior developer is fired, and that's why he did this. I will give you another example. Let's say there is another class student. There is a class called student. Very good. Now, here we have init, def underscore underscore init, right? Def underscore underscore init. This is your self, and then we have name, degree. Let's say self, name, and degree. So self dot name, and then is equals to name, is equals to name, and self dot degree is equals to degree. Now see it. I am making an object student with the name. So maybe let's say this time Santanu. Santanu and degree is let's say masters. Name is Santanu and degree is master. This is the one student, the first student. Stud is equals to this. Very good. Ideally, how can you access the attribute of this class? Stud dot tab. So degree ms stud dot name Santanu. Very good, not a problem. But by mistake or knowingly, some junior developer wrote something like this PhD. Now see stud.degree. This object stud.degree. Then you will find this is PhD. Again, do you think this is logical? Some object is there, student object is there. This is student one, right? If he is pursuing masters, how can come someone how can someone come and change it from the outside? That's the problem. Yes or no? Right, 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 right. So here I can just write comment. Junior developer, junior developer might modify, modify the attribute slash data from outside the class, out the class that we are seeing. Yes or no? Everyone agrees to this. Everyone agrees to this. Yes or no? Right? Everyone agrees to this. Yes or no? And that's a problematic thing. Right? That's a problematic thing. Right? And you might get fired. You might get fired. Very simple. You might get fired. But now the question is fine, this is the understanding. But what is the solution? So the solution is access modifier. What is access modifier? That is your encapsulation. That is public, public, private, and protected. To be honest, there is in Python, protected is debatable, doesn't make much difference as we have in Java and something like that. But no need to worry about that. I will discuss everything. What is public? Right, right. What is public? I will talk about this first because this is obviously by default is everything is public. Public simply means right. Public simply means accessible from anywhere. Accessible from anywhere, anywhere from outside, outside slash inside the class. This should be very much clear. And this is public. Example, just see it here. Class student, you can here see here. I can access start dot, let's say name degree. When I hit the tab, I will see everything, and that's Santanu. So this is your public. Not a problem, everyone. Yes or no? And this is the problematic thing. This public variable can be modified from outside. Public attribute, public attribute slash methods can be can be modified from outside of the class. This is the understanding, right? Is it clear, everyone? Yes or no? Right? Is it clear? Yes or no, everyone? Right. Now, very good. So we have understood this. Now, how to make a variable private? That's now the question. How to make a variable private? Because public variable, it can be accessed from outside and can be modified. This is the understanding. Now I will copy it again. So let's say class student. So now I will move ahead with the protected variable. Protected. So what is, sorry, protected, I'm saying private. So private. So what is private? Right. Within the class, within the class, it is accessible only. Within the class only, it's accessible. Right. Right. But outside the class, it is not accessible. So you can have use two underscore, two underscore, let's say I will just write two underscore to make private, underscore to make private, to make private. I will show you. You don't need to worry about that. So here let's say class student. Again, I will just copy this. I will copy the same thing so that it is quicker. So let's say class student, right? And now here class student. Now how to make a variable private? So here I will just use two underscore degree, underscore degree. Now let's make an object. So let's say here I will just make an object stud. So this stud is already there. Student Santanu MS. Let's execute this. Now, earlier what used to happen? When you used to hit tab, stud.tab, you were having name and you were having degree. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Quickly. Name and degree. Right. Name and degree. Right. So here you write stud dot, let's say name. So if you just write name, here you will get Santanu. But whenever you write stud dot degree, then what will happen? Are you getting it? If you hit tab, you are not getting anything. And if you just execute, the student object has no attribute degree. So now you have made a pull out of your junior developer that they cannot access. Now, degree is a private variable, and cannot be accessed from outside the class. This is clear. Yes or no, everyone? So now, do you think your junior developer can make the changes here? Right? Do you think Do you think the junior developer can make the changes here? No. This is how you saved your job. But again, again, this is not the end of the story. If your junior developer is smart enough, right, right. So let's say, and cannot be accessed from outside the class, and you saved your job, your job. But the question is, really, really, have you saved your job? Have you saved your job? The answer is no. Right? Have you saved your job? The answer is no. That junior developer is very mean. He just wants to get you fired. So in this case, what he can do? Right. So let's say here stud dot. See here stud dot. If you hit tab, only name is there. But you can still access the variable. How? Student. Write the name of the class student underscore degree. The moment you write like this, you will be able to access this. So, but you can you can access the variable using object and class. Is it clear, everyone? Yes or no? Quickly. Right, 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 right. Now, again. Now you must be thinking, let's say let's say what will happen if I try to modify this again in this way. Then what will happen, guys? If I want to modify this way, then what I can do? Quickly, if I want to modify, let's say here degree is equals to phd, then in this case what will happen, guys? Quickly, anyone has any idea what will happen in this case? Right, right. So Sari is saying error. It means you are not actually. Just a second, guys. Sada is having some problem. Right, right, right. So whoever is saying error, you are wrong. Everyone, try to actually execute this. Try to execute this, everyone. Try to execute this. Try to execute this. Right. Try to execute this. Right. It will actually run. It will work. It should not through any error. So you have actually modified again. Stud dot degree equals to PhD. Very good. Now again try to access this. Oh my god, this is still MS. So what has happened, guys, here? Right? Right? What has happened? The moment the moment you made degree a private variable, private variable, private variable, the variable in the memory is created with this name underscore student degree, something like this, with this name. That's why when you are doing stud dot degree, actually it is not throwing an error, but actually it will create a new variable called degree. Now if you do stud dot degree, stud dot degree, just do stud dot degree, see here, it will give you PhD, but the moment you do student underscore degree, it will still give you MS. So variable in the memory. So here with this name and here in this case, start dot degree will actually create a new variable. So this is the way create a new variable. You are saved. You are saved. Right. Right. So actually it will not modify your original thing. Right. So this will create a new variable, but still your intern can actually still access this using this way. That's the point. Right? That's the point. Right? Right. Still, the attribute can be accessed this way. Right? 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 But now the question is, let's say, let's say you want to give, right? Ashraf says what will be the new variable name? This is the new variable name. Underscore student underscore degree. This is how you are accessing it. Any more question? Quickly, everyone. Very good. Now, try to understand. This is very important now. Have you ever thought, whoever knows this, or let's say whoever even don't know this, right? Why Python has actually Python is actually saying you can make something private, then also giving a way to access the variable. This is a variable Santanu. There is no any type. This is a simple variable, object variable, a class variable. Okay, whose name is this. Okay, there's no any special thing that can be call it as, not like gender method or magic method that we come to at a later point, right? But anyway, here, have you ever thought, right, why Python has given away given away why Python has a given away, right? 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 Why Python has given away to make a variable private, and if it has allowed to make a variable slash attribute private, then it also gave why it also gave a way to access it, to be very honest, in Java, it you cannot access once made private, but why it is so in this case once made private? Why right? So if you research it out, if you just, you know, right, if you just research it out, try to understand, Google it out, why it is so, right? Then you will realize, Python is a programming language for adult. Simple language. This is actually the answer. If you just go and search it out on Stack Overflow, you will get this answer. Language for adults. Adults. Nothing is truly private. Nothing is truly private. And that's why even you make some variable or attribute private, still you will be able to access that. Is it clear? Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Everyone, is it clear? Right. Right. So this is the nature of Python, that there is nothing truly private. Right. 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 But now, one more thing. One more thing. So let's say this is your class. Class is student. Very good. Class is student. Right. Something like that. Not a problem. We have understood everything. This is a class. This is a variable that is your, you know, private. Right. It cannot be accessed. But let's say, right, you want to show this private variable. Fine. You have made this private so that the junior developer cannot modify it. That's okay. But now also you want your junior developer to know the variables. You want your junior developer to know the attributes. Right. So let's say, I'll just write. Now, now you have saved you have, you have saved your attributes in getting modified, modified. But, but you want to, you want to, you want the developers or junior developer to know, to know, to know what is the variable, what is the attribute, what is the attribute, what is the attribute. So in this case, what you can do? Right. In this case, what you can do here? Right. So in this case, what you can do? Right. So you want to show the value to the developer. So in that case, we have some concept called getter and setter. Right. You want to actually give them a developer, other fellow developer or junior developer, an interface so that they can look at the value. So what you can do? There is no any big concept. This is a very small concept. So for example, let's say here, I will just write like this, and what I will do here. So let's say I will make another method. So def, see here, def. I will just write def. Simple. So, or let's say get. Let's say def get degree. Very good. Get degree. And here you can just write self. And here you can simply return. See here. Return. Return. What you can return? Self dot underscore underscore degree. So this is how you access a private variable inside a method of the same class. Access a private variable inside, 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 inside a class. Very simple. Now what will happen? So let's say stud is there. Now stud, if you hit stud tab, so you have name and degree. See it carefully. So you don't have degree only, you have get degree. So here if you just now use this, see here, get degree, you now are able to access it. This is called as getter. So you can just call it as a getter method. Very popular among developers. Guys, these are the things, if you see it carefully, I am explaining in such a way that you guys understand this with the practical implementation perspective. So be very careful. This is how I actually use this method in my day-to-day work as well. Is it clear, everyone? This is your getter method. Now, similarly, if you want to change this value, right? Now your junior developer cannot say that I have changed the value by mistake, because he will call this particular method. It means he knowingly is changing the value In that case, you can get him fired and your job will be saved. This is the maturity. This is how the code should be written. So this is your gate degree. Now let's say if you want to set the degree, you can make a method like this. This first one was the getter method. Then you have setter method. What does setter method do? Let's say self and let's say new value. So let's say new value. Now here you can do very simple self dot degree. Self dot degree is equals to new value. Done. Is equals to new value. Now execute this. What I have done, student dot get degree. Okay, here I have to write set degree. Sorry guys. So set degree. So set degree. So there is ms. Now what I am going to do is start dot. See start dot state degree. So now instead of ms, I want a PhD. So here I can simply write PhD. So the moment I write PhD, now if you see start dot get degree, start dot get degree, so it becomes a PhD. Oh, sorry guys. Start dot get degree is PhD. Okay, sorry. Start dot start dot student. Let me see student, and then we have right. We have okay equals to. Sorry guys. Okay, this was my mistake. My bad. So set degree PhD, and then let's say start dot get degree. So now if you do get degree, now this should give you PhD. So this is the way you have provided an interface to your other colleague, other junior colleague, so that they can actually access the method and also set the value. Now they cannot say I did by mistake, right? Now you catch them, you can catch them by collar and just say what the hell you have done. Did you guys understood the use of getter method and setter method? Right, right, right. Yes or no? Right, 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 right. So Rajkumar is saying getter and setter method is not clear. Very simple, right? First of all, Rajkumar, answer me with yes or no. If I make a variable private, can I access it directly using dot tab? Can I access that using dot tab? Rajkumar, quickly, yes or no? No. Very good. Then what is the other way to access? Someone should know the class name to access this. Yes or no, Rajkumar? Quickly, right? But as a senior developer, you want to make sure that even it is private, but I want to open up that particular variable to other colleague in a formal way. And that's where we can have two methods called as getter method and setter method. Not compulsory to put the same name. You put anything, doesn't matter. Put the any name, it doesn't matter. You can just put so also, SHOW, or anything. It is just that, right, in industry people uses this type of intuitive name that okay, this is a getter method only needed and only used to access the private variable. So far so clear? Yes or no, Rajkumar? Quickly. Fine. Now this is your getter method. What should a getter method do? You just want to expose your variable. So getter method to expose your variable, your private variable to other developers, to other developers. That's it. Setter method, right? To change the variable, to change the private attributes, private attributes. So you are exposing the variable first to be accessed, second to be changed, right? This is your getter method and setter method. You don't need to keep the same name. Keep any name. It doesn't matter. Is it clear now? Yes or no? Quickly, right? Very good. It is clear, right? Now, very good. I will give you one more example to make it more intuitive or to make it more, understandable. So let's say we have again class ATM. So let's say another example. I will just write another example. Another example. That class ATM, we had class ATM, right? We had made a class ATM, a very small one. Yes, very good. Class ATM. So I'll just take it this one off. Another example. This is a small. So in it, right? Balance. Maybe let's say I'll just take a balance. Self dot balance is equals to balance. Balance. Now, fine. Now, self dot pin is equals to, maybe I'm fixing this pin 1 2 3 4, or let's say I'm taking this also as an input pin. So here self dot pin is equals to pin. Very good. So here Tushar went to the ATM. What he will do? He will go the ATM with its own pin 1 2 3 4. What I can do? I can just put it like this 1 2 3 4, and then we'll be having balance. So here we are having balance. So pin is 1 2 3 4, and the balance is, let's say, 10,000. Very good, or 1,000, whatever it is. So Tushar. So now just execute this. So this is Tushar. Now Tushar, if you hit tab, here we have pin and balance. So let's say pin. So you are able to access pin, and let's say maybe balance. Here balance. Here if you see 1,000. Now, let's say you can change this balance knowingly or unknowingly, something like that, 2000, and that's the wrong thing. You should not be doing this. Then, in that case, what you can do, you make this variable as a private variable. So, when you make this private variable, now once you execute this, now if you want to access this balance, you will not be able to access. So, let's say here, Tushar dot hit tab, you will only see pin, there is no any balance. So it has become a private variable. But still, there is a way to access. Just write ATM and then underscore underscore, you can just write balance. So if you just write like this, you can access this. But fine, if you are not able to access balance, that is completely fine. But you want to show the balance on the ATM. So for that, you can make a getter and setter method. Getter method says that you can actually show the balance. So def, let's say show balance. So show balance. Now what you have to do in the show balance, just write self, and here you can say self dot, see here, or let's say return return self dot underscore underscore balance. Simple. So return underscore so balance. Now if you execute this, now if you execute Tushar dot, so let's say here I will just write Tushar dot. If you write Tushar dot, now you will be having so balance. Now if you execute, see, easily you are able to see the balance. So this is a getter method which gives you a way to see the balance. Now, similarly, you can have a setter method to modify the private variable setter method. So again, what you can do, you can just write any name, whatever name you want to say. So let's say set balance or modify balance. So modify balance. Very simple, modify balance. And then you can put self and here write return, or let's say self dot balance is equals to new value, and take the input in the new value. So new value here, and then you can just put the new value as an argument. So new value. Now execute this. So balance find 1000. Now you can just write, right, Tushar, right, just write it here, Tushar dot modify balance, and now you can just pass any value, let's say 5000, and now Tushar dot balance, if you execute it, Tushar dot balance, if you execute it, you will find it. See here, Tushar dot modify balance, right? Now if you see Tushar dot balance, or let's say Tushar dot show balance, Tushar dot show balance, now you will see this is now 5,000. So this is the understand. Is it clear? Yes or no? Quickly, everyone, yes or no? Right. Further, as a senior developer, what other things you can do, guys? So let's say you are modifying the balance. Other things, other things you can take care. Again, suggestions, other things you can take care to make your code more robust. What you can do in modify balance, one thing more you can do if if type of, let's say, if type of if type of, let's say, new value, because your junior developer can really make your life hell. Then you can just say if type of new value is equals to integer. If it is only integer, then only set this self dot underscore balance equals to new value. Else you can just write write print print brother, don't get me fired, don't get me fired, don't get me fired. You can do that as well. So let's say here Tushar ATM find. Now Tushar dot modify balance. So let's say modify balance. Now you will put like this. It will give you it will give you this brother, don't get me fired. But the moment you provide integer, now it will be modified. And if you now see Tushar dot show balance, Tushar dot show balance, then you will see it here that this is 100. Is it clear? Yes or no? Have you guys understood this quickly? Very good. Anyone has any problem in understanding Setter, Gator, how to modify, how actually it works in the industry? Should I give you one more example, guys, quickly? One more example needed, or is it enough? Right? Do you need one more example? Okay, I will give you one more example. So let's say one more example. Last example. So let's say class car. So let's say class car, right? Class car. What I can do? Def underscore init. So I can have this init. Then let's say self. Then after that year. Then we have, let's say, anything whatever you want to have. The whichever the make year. Then we have speed. Then we have model. So let's say something like that, right? Right. This is the init, then self underscore year. So you can make everything as a private underscore year is equals to year. Then what you can do, self dot dot make. So if you do dot make is equals to make. Then after that you can also write self dot underscore speed is equals to speed. And then finally self dot underscore model is equals to model. Done. Right? Right. Now, again, this is all private. Then you can just expose yourself with this two method, set method. Sorry, set method. I am writing set speed. You can just write self speed. Done. So now what you can do, self underscore speed. Now here also you can have some check. Speed cannot be negative. So zero if speed is less than zero, right? Else speed. This is also very interesting. You can have also a check like this, then def get speed. So now this time you can have get speed as well, self, and you can just put it self dot underscore speed is equals to, or let's say, uh, just write return like this. So return self dot speed. Very simple. So easy. So now this has become, now let's say we have class car. So here we have a class car. Now let's say here year 1991. Then we have, let's say, whatever name you want to put, let's say, uh, uh, any name. So Suzuki or any name, whatever you want to say, 80. So you can just put your 80 and some model of Maruti Suzuki, any model, doesn't matter. So let's say this is your car. And now, see here, this is your car. Now, if you hit car.tab, only you will get two things: get speed, set speed. So let's say get speed, I will get the value that is 80. This is the understanding. This is how you can access the value. Otherwise, you already know car underscore class name underscore speed. You can access this value. Is it clear, everyone? Yes or no? Quickly, yes or no? Now, if you see car.set speed, so car.set speed, if you pass the negative value, it will not happen anything, but it will just, you know, uh, show it as a zero. So now car.getSpeed, if you see, it will be zero. Okay, that's the understand. Is it clear? Right, right, right. Everyone, very good. Now moving ahead, guys. So we have seen this. Now coming to the last topic of encapsulation, that is your protected variable. So actually there is no any true sense. In true sense, protected variable is nothing in Python. But let's see this also, protected variable. So what is protected variable? Right. Within the class, why it doesn't make much sense, because at a later stage we will be learning more about, right, inheritance. Then I will make you understand again, no need to worry about that. But within the class and its subclass, protected member can be accessed, but the point is, and this is one underscore, only one underscore, right, created using one underscore. But the problem is, you can access using the private variable also. Then what's the point of this protected variable? So that's why it is not that much beneficial. It's not that much beneficial in terms of here, right? In terms of in Python, it's not very much beneficial in Python. So you don't need to worry about that anything. But since there's a protected variable, here, I will just explain you. So how protected variable is created? I will just copy this. So this time, what I can do it here, class car, just do one underscore. If you just do one underscore, it means it is a protected variable. Protected variable. Protected variable. Now this protected variable can be accessed, can be accessed in its child class. But actually it doesn't make sense, because once we will be studying inheritance, I will show you that anyway you will be able to access. That's why it's not a very big deal, right? It's not a very big deal. So you don't need to worry about that. But anyway, I will just show you. So this is your class car. Now we have another class. So let's say class. So instead, actually, I had to give you here class vehicle. So I will give you this class vehicle here. And here in this case, I will just write class car, right? Same thing I'm just writing here. So this class car is actually inheriting everything from vehicle. This is called as inheritance. You don't need to worry about that vehicle. This is inheritance. So I'll just write it here. Inheritance. This is inheritance. Inheritance. We will see it at a later stage. We will see it at later stage. So you don't need to worry about that. But let's say this is your class car vehicle. Now again, it will have its own init. So def init, right? Init. There are a lot of rules actually in it, because if you have init of this will never be executed, right? But I will come about, uh, uh, guys, my screen is freezed. It is it, guys? My screen is freezed. No, okay, my screen is not freezed, Sajil. So self. So self. And here I will just write anything. So car, vehicle, maybe let's say this time name. I am just writing name, some name, whatever I want to write it, self.name. Now, what I'm going to do, so this is self.name, but also I want to access all the variables of this class. So how can I do it? So just write it here, vehicle. So class name, vehicle, right? Right, right. Right, right. So here vehicle, right? Vehicle dot. You will just write init. So you can just write init something like this, and then write self. Init and then write self. So this is the way you can access the variable of your parent class. But what is this parent class, child class? You don't need to worry about that. I will discuss everything at a later stage. I will discuss everything at a later stage. Now, if I want to show you the name, so you can just write def. So here I will just provide self, and then you can just write print, whatever you want to put it. Let's say name, and name will be self dot name. So let's say here I will just write self dot name, and then maybe here I can also write here, maybe here model. So underscore model. So let's say here I can simply access self dot, right, underscore model. You can do this. Uh, so name like this, and maybe model like this. Model like this. Done. So now what I can do, I can simply make a class, let's say car. So I'll just write a car, something like this. So here I will just write car, and maybe I will remove this unnecessary variable. So that, okay, I'll just remove this two variables. I don't need this here make or something like this. I don't need this. So this is a protected variable. This is a private variable, right? The speed, or maybe I can just remove this as well. Let's I will remove both of this. Doesn't matter. I just want to show you speed, so I'll just write it like this. Model. So model is something like this. Now if I will execute this, so this is car. So maybe in this car, I will just write maybe let's say Maruti. Maruti. So this is your object. So let's say C is equals to this. Fine. Okay, self dot name. Yes. So this is your Maruti, and let's say your model, some name. So you can just write reason. So here, if you just write it like this, why I am stating this? So car is a vehicle. Speed. Okay, self dot speed. We'll just remove this. This is the model, right? And maybe I will just write wait. So I'll just write self, and here maybe I'll just write it here Maruti. Let's fix this. So let's fix this, and then I will just write something like this. Brisa. Okay. Mhm. Okay, very good. So now if you hit tab, C dot tab, so name, this is Brisa, and then maybe let's say C dot so. So if you see it here, this is name Brisa model Maruti. So this model Maruti is coming from class vehicle, and here it is being used. So this is how this particular protected variable has been used in the child class. This is what I wanted to explain you, and this will make more sense once we will start understanding inheritance. So you don't need to worry that as of now. I will again discuss inheritance. I will come back to this again. But so far, I don't think there should be any problem in understanding this very basic thing, right? So basically what happens, this particular method is now outdated. So this is actually written as something like this. So this will be written as super underscore init. So you can just do like this. So instead of this way, you can write this way as well. And we are going to use this. We are going to understand this in very detail. But as of now, the concept is very simple. Protected variable, simple underscore, it can be only accessed inside the class and subclass. it doesn't make much sense in Python, but since it is a part, I just explained you so that you don't need to worry about that. No one compares that, okay, in Java it is there, in Python I haven't understood why it is so. And that's why I also discussed it here. Is it clear, everyone? Yes or no? Quickly, quickly, yes or no? Very good. So, guys, let's take again a 5 minutes of break and then we will again restart. Okay. Is it fine for you guys? So, let's take 5 minutes of break and then we will restart. So let's start, guys. Everyone back? Yes or no? Quickly. Should we start, everyone? Very good. Very good. So we have completed encapsulation. There is one more concept that is called as collection of object. So let's try to understand this. There is no any big concept. This is very easy. Collection of object, because our main concept was in encapsulation, that is done. Then collection of object. Then we are also going to study about static variable. Static variable, this is also important concept. So we are going to see these two small concepts, easy to understand quickly. So it's like very easy, very intuitive to understand. So let's understand this. What is this collection of object? So for example, we have this particular class student. Where is class student? So let's say this is your class student. So this is your class student, right? So here I will just write collection of objects. Collection of objects. So let's say this is your class, right? Class collection of object, right? So now what I'm going to do, so stud is equals to student Santanu ms. Now here again I am going to write stud is equals to student. So let's say here this is your first student, stud 1, stud 2. So here Santanu ms, right? Then here maybe let's say Ramu, and here you just write PhD, right? Let's say these are the two students. There can be third student as well. So let's say I will just write third student. So here third student is third 3, right? This instead of Ramu, let's say maybe this time Raj. Raj is MBA. Let's say Raj is MBA. Now what will happen? This is third 1, third 2, third 3. What are these 3? Everyone answer me. What are these 3? Can I say these are objects? Everyone, yes or no? Yes or no, everyone? These are objects. So all of these objects can be stored in a list. So stirred 1, then we have stirred 2, then we have stirred 3. So now this will be your students. So I'll just write students. Now this can be accessed similar to a simple loop. How? I'll just show you. So I'll just use a new cell. So here I can just write for stirred, or let's say stu in students, right? Right, right. You want to access print stu dot name. First of all, let's I will not make it private. We'll just keep it public only, right? So now, so stu dot name and stu dot degree. So you can just do this way. So this is your collection of object. So first, this was collection of objects in list format. It can be also in dictionary format. It's not that this is only one data structure. It can be in multiple data structure. So let's say in dictionary also you can put it. How? I can just show you. So let's say here I can just write students. Let's say maybe I will make something like this. So this is a dictionary. So let's say as 1, then you can just put stirred 1. Stirred 1, then we have as 2, then we can have, let's say, stirred 2, and then finally let's say here we have as 3, you can just put stirred 3. Both of the way you can write like this. Santanu has a very valid question. Can we store in pandas data frame? Yes, you can store, but you cannot access this way. So stored 3. That point of time also you have to actually the store that will be actually stored as a simple value, right? If you convert pd to data frame, it will show you that it will just I will show you. No, don't worry about that. So let's say students is there. So students, now what I can do for I in, so let's say student dictionary, I have to write student dictionary. So dict. So student dictionary for I in students.students.dict. So you can just write like this. Then what I can do, I can simply put here, or let's say for student dict. Just access this student dict with this I. You can simply write like this. So I dot whatever you want, name or whatever you want to do. So student dict. Oh, student dict. Right. I am replying you, Santanu. Just give me a second. So this is Santanu Ramu Raj. So Santanu is saying, actually, I want to do this for ATM to store all the transaction. No, Santanu. Actually, that thing you can do using database. But if you want to do using data frame, I will give you another trick. But first of all, let me figure it out your question because this is a valid question. So let's say pd dot data frame. So pandas, import pandas as pd. Guys who don't know pandas, don't worry about that. Import pandas as pd dot data frame. Here I can just put the students dict. So students dict, student dict. So this is something you will do. So it will give you some error. See here, it is in some error. So you cannot do something like that. But anyway, the point is you are asking a question that I want to actually store all the transaction information. Then what you can do in this class itself, you can make a list, append all the transaction value, and then at the last you can create the data frame. But since this is class, each time you need to initialize whenever you will be studying about the database, right? SQL. In that case, you can initialize the database. After each transaction, you can store the transaction in the database and then actually fetch the result. So the correct way is using the database, not the data frame actually. Got it, Santanu? Yes or no? Okay. Very good. So this was about the collection of object in the list and in the dictionary. Now comes the next important thing, that is static variable. Static variable. This is also a very good concept. So let's try to understand this. So for example, we have this class student. So let's say this is a class student. So here the variables that you see, name and degree. What are these variables, guys? So I'll just put it like this. What are these variables? Right. What are these variables? Name and degree, static variable. Sorry, here in this case, here below, below below name and degree are instance variable. Can I say this? Instance variable, because an object is also called as instance object variable. Can I say this, everyone? What is an object? Object is instance variable. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Quickly. What is an object? So can I say object is nothing but an instance? Right? Right? Rajkumar is saying didn't get. Right. I haven't explained Rajkumar yet anything. I just want to make you understand that this name and degree, what is this? Can I say this is an instance variable? Because this name and degree, when you create an instance, that is your object, then for this particular object, name is Santanu and degree is MS. For this particular instance or object, this is Raj, this is MBA. Yes or no? Right, 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 right. This is understanding. Everyone agrees to this. Everyone agrees to this. But now, answer me a very simple question. But now, but now, but now, say I want to know, say I want to know how many how many students are there, or let's say how many objects are created, to be very honest, in a very simple word, right? If I want to know that, then how can I get that? So let's say here you made an object here. It means this class student was used once. Again Ramu, this class student was used once. Again, let's say here twice, one, two, and in this case three. It means, can I say there were three students that appeared or that has came? Yes or no? Right, right. Everyone agrees to this. Yes or no from everyone? Everyone has to answer this. True or not? If you want me to rephrase, I will rephrase it. So basically, the thing I am asking, let's say here you have made three objects. Then how many students has been created here, or how many student object has been created? Can I say three? Simple. Yes or no? Right. But now let's say I want to make a counter, or I want to know what are the total students that has accessed this class. How can I get this? Or let's say in ATM question, what is the total transaction that has been done? How will I know that? So can I say that I need to have one variable? I need to have one variable which actually increases each time that class is called. Yes or no? Yes or no? So I want to know how many students are there, right? Or in other words, or in other words, how many time a student object is created? Student object is created. Object is created. Or in other words, in other words, or in other words, right? What is total number of student? Total number of student. Or for ATM, for ATM problem statement, what is total transaction? What is total number of transaction? I want this. It can be total number of amount as well, not a problem, right? What is total number of transaction? So can I say, in other words, in other words, I want a variable, I want a variable which increases each time, each time the class is called, each time the class is called, the class object is created. Yes or no? This is the understanding. Everyone, yes or no? But how can you do this now? This is the question. How can we do it? Right. So let's say we will try doing it. So let's say here I will put a student ID. So maybe I will just put here student ID is equals to 0, and each time it is called, so I will just write student ID plus equals to 1. Can I do so? Will it work? So let's try to do this. So very good. We have this start 1, start 2, start 3. Right. Right. Now what I can do? Very good. So let's say here student ID is 0, or let's say I will just write 1. Each time this is called, this should increase it. So let's try to do this. So now what I will do, I will just make an, so let's say there is an object start 3. So this time I want to access this. Let's say here as ID. What is the value that you will get, guys, everyone? If I execute this, what is the value that I will get? Answer me. What is the value that I will get? Here, if I execute it, see here, I have done one counter as ID is equals to 1. I am entering, increasing this value by 1. Now I have created an object. This is one object. Then I created this object. Then I created this object, right? So at the end of the day, if I want to see this, so can I say this should give you three value, because three object, three value? Yes or no? Right? Right? Yes or no? Quickly. What should be the value here? Praveen is saying yes. What about other people? Actually, if you see, it will give you 2. But what is actually happening here? If you just put it here 0, right? So it will be only 1. See here 1. It has not increased anything. This is not the correct way. Because this variable, whenever you make an object, a phrase object, this will be again initialized to 0. Are you getting this point? Right. You make n number of object, doesn't matter. It will be still 1. It will be still 1. Right. Right. Because each time it will be reinitialized. Right. So we have to do something. Right. This way, this way, you cannot do. Because each time, each time the new object is created, student ID will be reinitialized. So what we have to do? What we have to do? So what we need to do? What we need to do? We need a class variable. We need a class variable that is increased each time the class is called. But how? That's the problem. That's the point. So let's see it, how I can do it. So please be very careful, guys, because this is very, very important. Very, very important. So to understand, to do this, what we can do, I will just remove this SID equals to 1. First thing, I will remove this. Right? Right? Then, right. First of all, this should be removed. Here I will just write. This is called as class variable. So class variable, right? Class variable always will be defined defined outside the constructor. First, this thing outside the constructor. So you have defined this class variable outside the constructor. Right? Here, what was happening here? Here, this way we cannot do because each time the new object is created, SID will be reinitialized, or in other word, or in other word, or in other word, SID was independent, 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 independent for each object, and that's why you were not able to increase this. That's the point. Now here in this case, we have to do something so that this is actually increased. First thing, class variable always will be defined outside the constructor. So this is first thing you have to do. Second thing, now assign this to the self. So self dot, see here, SID is equals to this type of variable, which is a class variable, is accessed by the class name first, student dot underscore underscore SID, not underscore SID, rightly right. So you can make it a private. So I'll just write it here private. So or and should be private, and should be private. Let's say I'm just writing here and should be private. Even if you don't make private, it's okay. But let's I will not make it private. Right. I just wanted to show you something. So let's say student.sid. This is the first thing. Then after that, student, student, student dot sid is equals to student, student, student dot 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 sid plus 1. So sid plus 1. This is the way you do. This is the way you do. Very simple. So here I will just write a counter is 1 so that it is increased, right? When you call it, when you call it. Now this is the understanding. Now, right. So static variable is defined outside the constructor. This is the first thing. Then you increase it. Right, 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 right. Now let's execute this. Now I will execute this. Fine. Now, how to access this variable? So maybe directly write student. So this is your student. Fine. This is your student dot. If you hit tab here, dot. So if you see SID, now execute this. See here, it is 5. Now this time, this is actually has been increased to 5. Why? Because the ideally it was starting from 1, so that's why it has increased to this. So let's say 0, and I will just put it like student 4 to make it more beautiful. So now let's say here student.sid is 4. It means 4 object has been created, right? Okay. This is the understand, right? Right. Yes or no? Is it clear, everyone? So this is your class variable, and class variable is accessed by 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 class name dot variable. Simple, yes or no? One more thing, guys. Already we have discussed it, but just to make sure that everyone understand this, so private variable can be made. Also, methods can also be private. Same way, just use double underscore in case of method also. So private within the class itself to us to make private. Both attribute and method can be private. Can be private. Both attribute and method can be private. So you should not forget that. I had mentioned it, but I hadn't written it. So I'm just writing it here. Can be private. So you can just make it private again. Some so just write it here. Some private method. Some private private. You can just write like this same way. So here I can just write like this. Tab some set, let's say private, private. Nothing, just you can just write like this and self new value. Right. Same rule. It is just that I didn't had mentioned that in writing, but now it is fine. Right. So you can do that as well. But here we have actually studied class variable. Sorry, this static variable, which is also called as class variable. So this is your static variable. So I'll just write it here. I have already written static variable, also known as class variable. This is the understanding. Now, again, next point, static variable can also be private, because we have seen this. I was trying to discuss it. So can be private, and you can expose it using using any static method. How? I will just show you using any static method. So here for that, I will just copy this again. Right? I will copy this again. So here, I will again copy it. So let's say shift, right? So we'll just copy this. So now here in this case, I will just write like this. So here, so SID is equals to 0, class variable always be defined outside the constructor. I will just remove this statement, right? Now here, how to expose that? Again, same way. So here I can just write def, see def get SID, student ID, and then I can just write what I can do here, return, return. Here, whatever the class name is student, student dot dot SID. So SID. Very simple. And here one thing. If you see, we are not writing self. Why? Because this is a static method or a class method. So that's why you will write here at the rate static method. The moment you write static method, you don't require to write the class name. So you can just write it here. This is a utility function, utility function to get static method. Right, right. So utility function or utility function or class method, right? What is the usefulness of this static method? You don't need to create object. You don't need to create object. You don't need to create object to access this method. To access this method. To access this method. You can directly access this. I will show you. I will show you. But before that, I also wanted to show you that this can be made private. So I am just making this private. I am making this private. And again, I am making this private here as well. So this is a private variable. This I am making a private variable. And now this also I am making a private variable. So everything is private now. So now you can just write class student, and directly if you hit tab, you will get set. Okay, so you are not getting this, so maybe student get sid. So there is like get sid. Yes, there is already get sid. Now if you hit tab, sorry, get sid, if you hit enter with this, then you will get the counter 4. So here you don't need to provide the self. So in static method you don't need to write self. Need to write self. Very easy to understand. This at the rate is called as decorator, and this is the way you actually make a class or static variable. You increase the value, you call it to see the value and show it. This is the understand. Yes or no? Quickly. Everyone is clear. Very important concept, but very, very easy to understand. We will come back again whenever we will be studying decorators. We'll come to this again, but this is the understanding. Use case of this whole example is a use case. So for example, you want to modify something, right? If you want to modify something, transaction amount, so actually this should be a given a homework. So homework, make a transaction amount sum in class ATM, and whatever number of object is created, I don't care. At the end of the day, whenever I want to access the total sum, please do access this. Or let's say, whenever you will be making an ERP system for the student, ERP system for the student, or let's say uh, cab booking system, make sure also calculate number of passengers after each trip each trip total number of passenger after each trip. What do you think, guys? How will you do this? How will you be able to do this? Just give a thought, guys. Right right How will you do this quickly? How will you do this? Using the class variable or static variable. So pointers, some pointers about the static variable. So this is your assignment. Please try to do this. This is a lot of use cases, and this is the way you use, right? Assignment, right? So let's say some pointers. So I can just write some pointers. So here I can put some pointers like this. The static variable are at class level, are at class level. Remember this first thing, right? Accessed using class name. Accessed using class name. We already have discussed this, right? And it's object independent. Object independent. We can access this independent. We can independent. We can access. We can access. We can access the objects, or let's say we can access the class variable or static variable without creating any object, without creating any object. This is the understanding. And the last point, the value stored in static variable is shared across the instances slash object. Very important point of the class of the these are very important points, and this is how you actually use this is how you use the static variable. Is it clear, everyone? Yes or no? Clear, everyone? Right? Should I move ahead with today's interview questions? Very important interview questions, guys. Today, this was, I feel, everyone must be now confident about OPS. Are you guys now confident? Yes or no? Little bit. Right. Right. What is encapsulation? And the most important use case. I have discussed use case. Right. What is encapsulation? What is use of encapsulation? Encapsulation. What is use of encapsulation? What is private public attribute? Attribute. Can we make collection of objects? Can we make collection of object? Collection of objects. Collection of objects. Can objects be modified? Already we have discussed this in the last class. Can objects be modified? Objects be modified. Modified. Can objects be modified? Right. Further, what is static variable and how to use it? What is a static variable and how to use it? And how to. Is it clear, everyone? Yes or no? Quickly. Anyone have any questions so far? Any questions, guys? Quickly. There is a question, sir. Under constructor, we can create variable that will shared with all object that will be reinitialized. Again, it will be reinitialized, Santanu, because you are hard coding their career craft. So you cannot do so. Because each time you create an object, what is the first thing that is run? That is your constructor, right? That is your constructor. Each time you run the code, the first thing that is executed is the constructor. This will be executed first. Now, if this will be executed first, then what will happen? As id is equals to 0, it will be increased. Again, this Santanu has increased this by 1. Again, Ramu comes. Ramu again increased by 1. Because here already you have written a static method. Sorry, guys. This is because this you have written as a static method. So basically what will happen, just even forget it, just each time, since it is a class variable name, so this variable actually sid is 0. The moment you reinitialize, it will go to the class variable student underscore sid, and that's why it will pick from the last value, and that's why it is not reinitialized. So I'll just write a comment. Each time new object is created, right? Right. Self dot sid will check if any variable by class name student dot underscore underscore sid exist. If it exists, then it will pick the variable and then just add it. And why it has to pick that particular variable only? Because it has been accessed using class name. And this difference is actually making the key thing. Is it clear? Yes or no? Right? Anyone has any question, please do ask me. Please do ask. So did you guys enjoy today's lecture, everyone? Yes or no? Or did you guys didn't enjoy the today's lecture? Right? Understood everything? Right? Okay. Okay. Guys, then let's meet in the tomorrow's class. Tomorrow class, it is going to be more fun. So let's see it. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.